Глубина проникновения на территорию Курской области составляет 12 километров. Ширина по фронту 40 километров.
Послушайте, Алексей Борисович, это военное ведомство вам доложит, какая там ширина и глубина.
Ay. Someone check if lead is okay. Welcome back to the channel, UA Insider. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to show us your support. With that said, let's dive into our analysis of the Ukrainian offensive in Kursk. There is a vacuum of official information from the Ukrainian military, which is understandable given the unconventional nature of the current situation. This rapid operation is focused on seizing as much ground as possible, which is why the Ukrainians are keeping their locations and targets undisclosed. However, clear patterns have emerged as we are just over a week into this new offensive. Firstly, there are numerous reports from Russian channels indicating Ukrainian forces operating outside the main attack areas. This video clip shows a Ukrainian soldier standing next to the city limit sign of Lgov, which is far north of the supposed Ukrainian offensive area. This hints at the Ukrainians' ability to penetrate deep into Kursk Oblast without facing resistance from the Russians. This seems to be a small reconnaissance group rather than the main fighting force, but their presence underlines the challenges of obtaining timely information about this attack. Other than running a vast network of recon groups, Ukrainians are skillfully creating additional hotspots around the main attack vector. Reports indicate the Ukrainian reinforcements have been built up on either side of the main attack, and some of these places have already initiated probing attacks. For instance, there is reported activity southeast of Guyevo in Demudivka, as well as to the southwest and northwest of Koronevo in the region of Tyokino and Slobodka Ivanovka. This strategy creates a broad front for the Russians to contend with, hindering them from concentrating their counterattacks in one area and compelling them to pull troops away from other vital strongholds in Ukraine, such as Volchansk, Chasiv Yar, and Toretsk. Secondly, it is evident the Ukrainian forces are actively rotating their troops, signaling an energetic operation. Attack troops are operating for 24 to 48 hours at a time before being rotated for rest and resupply. These active rotations indicate that Ukraine is advancing with their offensive in this region, without allowing the Russians to regroup. It also suggests that the Ukrainians have a well-organized system with an ample presence of reserves and supplies in the area. Third observable pattern we can see is that it is evident that Russia was wholly unprepared for this offensive. This is manifest from the speed of Ukraine's advance and the inability of the Russian forces to impede it. During Ukraine's failed counteroffensive last year in the south, they were unable to penetrate deep past the first line of fortifications. However, this time is different. The Russian military in the area primarily comprises of inexperienced troops, many of whom are conscripts. This is why there have been mass surrenders along the contact line as evidence in numerous videos posted in the last 8 days. Here are some of the examples of these surrenders, and as we can see, a large number of Russian soldiers surrender without a fight. Finally, the last pattern we can see is that Ukrainians were able to achieve air superiority in the area. Reports that we have at this moment suggest that one Patriot air defense system was relocated to the area of this attack, and another system was moved to Kharkiv. The radar component of the Patriot system can cover the radius of up to 150 kilometers. And if we look at the map here, we can clearly see what reports suggest to be true. The distance between Sumy and Kursk is 135 kilometers, and Sumy and Kharkiv is 145. We also have photos like these that illustrates how Russian pilots take crazy risks performing low altitude flying to avoid being detected by the radar. That is all I have for you today, and as always, I try to finish my videos on a positive note. War is destruction, death, pain and suffering, but even then there is hope for a better future. This video shows the human side of war. This girl from the occupied Kursk region will forever remember that no matter what Russia TV says on the screen, the real heroes are the guys wearing blue and yellow flag. I hope you enjoyed the video and will consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. This is UA Insider, have a good day and Slava Ukraini!